That is so odd. Yeah, I guess my my audio mixer needed to be restarted. That is my bad. But with that being said, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Elden Ring. We all are having amazing, amazing Thursday afternoon. I know I am. And with that being said, let's kick things off strong and not make a dumb mistake like yesterday where I tried to kill a deathray bird with an astrologer staff instead of the meteorite staff, because that was quite the blunder. But down we go. And let's get set up for the magma worm. Trying to think of like what things I can do to make this process and setup faster. I helped my sister move into her apartment. Hey, that's wicked awesome. Is this your first time, the first time that your sister has moved from home, that is? Or is it just a new apartment? It is. Well, that is quite exciting, though quite stressful for the person moving. I can understand that. So hopefully it did go well. Alright. Hi, Vare. Yeah, we're all excited. That's good to hear. Alright, well, let's grab some Roa fruit to get things off. Hello, sheeple. And there's a gym in the place, so I can go over and work out. Hey, that's pretty awesome. I'm sure you'll probably need your sister to, like, let you in. But that's pretty awesome nonetheless.
And I can also that you're not then wine. I am Carlin.
Alright, and we are golden. Off to get Torrent. Yeah, actually, because I live on campus, I have access to a gym or workout facility, though I have like a at-home exercise bike that I should use more often and just haven't recently, so I need to get around to doing so. Exercise, probably at least, it's always good to get at least like 2.5 hours of exercise a week, I believe is what doctors recommend at this point in time. I'm not sure if it matters the exercise specifically, just that you do exercise. I know I need to exercise a little bit more. Who needs armor? Who needs clothes when you ain't planning on getting hit? Exercise school, but I want to get jacked. Well, that's actually a lot more commitment than you might think. There is like conventional, you know, it's like there's conventional, you know, strength, if that makes sense, or muscles or tone, and then there's like actually useful muscle tone. It is actually two very different things, because like the muscles that you use will vary drastically on what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Grab that. Alright, let's go to Puck. Yeah, it's a lot of diet control. It's a lot of discipline. That's the biggest thing when it comes to exercise and weight loss. Like anything like that, at the end of the day, it really comes down to your dedication to it.
And so this is all I hope.
And ensuring that whatever you're doing, you have a routine and you stick to it. Your objective is just not being a stick bug. That's fair. I would say, honestly, like, if you're looking to do more exercise, find an exercise routine. But like, make sure you don't overdevelop a specific part of your body. Make sure you're doing cardio. If you want to do weights, then that's fine. But like, I'd recommend overall focus in like the core muscle groups. And it's overall just a good balance. Core muscle groups, cardio, and then some upper body. I have a high metabolism. Don't rely on that. No matter what, at the end of the day, metabolisms change, and they can change on a dime. Whether it be due to stress, due to hormones, due to age, which can, you know, can change stress and hormones. Definitely don't rely on metabolism. Make sure that you're eating a healthy diet, and if you're looking to, you know, bulk up, for lack of a better term, then the way in which you do so is by having a healthier diet. Otherwise, what you'll end up doing at some point is you're going to hit a bit of a plateau in your gains, to where then you're going to have to be at a caloric deficit in some cases to either lose weight or build muscle, which also will mean that you'll need to, you know, if you're looking to build muscle in certain groups, you're going to need to also bulk up on protein. Like, there's a whole lot of impact on your muscles dependent on what you eat and your overall health as well. So eat healthy is the bottom line. Eat, you know, it doesn't mean you have to eat salads all day. In fact, that's actually not good if you're looking to bulk up. But like, make sure you're eating a balanced diet is the biggest thing I can always recommend, especially at a younger age, as you develop those habits, and you become an adult who then cooks for yourself or gets takeout. You're going to end up regretting not having a balanced diet, because those habits are hard to break. I haven't been cooking recently because Frankie's work gets out of 5, so he's been taking over a lot of cooking recently, though I do cook. I actually taught Frankie how to cook. I eat veggies dinner every night. Veggies are good, but it's making sure that you're not eating a lot of processed meats, not a lot of red meats, making sure that you have a balance between, you know, meat and vegetable dishes. Like, it's a lot. If you really want to like go deep into it, there's a whole lot that like a nutritionist and recommendations online from health organizations can really break down. But yeah, bottom line is eat healthy. Make sure you have good eating habits now when you're young, so that you have good eating habits when you're old. Cooking and baking is fun. Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. Definitely, like, if you, especially now, make sure that you learn how to cook and experiment with a lot of foods. Try new things, learn recipes. It's always good to do so early. I can cook, but with the whole I'm dying all the time thing, I don't have the energy for it. That's fair. That's fair. You are perpetually sick and or breaking things, mainly your own bones. It is a curse, apparently. Were you cursed by like a witch because your parents like stole a pig or something to that degree? Were you cursed as a child? Oh, Jesus Christ. Funny story. Were you cursed as a child? My mother was actually cursed. What did your mom do? Did you freaking steal chicken from a mountain witch? She pissed off a pregnant woman. And what did the pregnant woman say and or do? And she was pregnant, so the pregnant woman hexed her. Well then, yeah, I think that hex may have been successful. Just throwing that out there. Oh my word. Well, the saying is, nothing worse than a woman scorned, I guess. And especially doubly so for a pregnant woman in this case. You know, if you don't want to be hexed, forever to have your child suffer illness and broken bones. Oh boy. Well, either ways, as always, hope you feel better soon. Cause what are you ailing from now? What's affecting you now? You're sick again, right? I wish I was joking. My mother told me that when I was a child, she also lost a bet to name my baby brother. Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like it. No, Shelby didn't break a bone this time. I think Shelby's just sick today. I'm fairly certain Shelby's just sick. Oh, there you go. That's going to count for something. I mean, if you're going for the COVID world record, then yeah, that does count for something. But I don't know if that's a record you want to keep, friend.
Have a safe journey.
All right, enjoy DVD. I almost forgot that we needed to go back to the first step, not gonna lie. But glad I didn't. CDC is legally obligated to bring you a cake or something. No. See, after a year, they just name the next COVID variant after you, right? That's how that works. Instead of Omicron, we get Shelby. Just needs sequel. Sounds good, Frankie. Thank you.
What do you don't want any? All done? Well.
Let's go to the first step, and we are gonna be on our way to the Crystal Cave. Let me first make sure that we throw this in our left hand. I killed a magic person before Radon by accident. I had to search for Celestial Dude for like a week. Magic person before Radon. What do you mean magic person before Radon? I'm trying to think if you mean, are you talking about Jaren? The witch hunter? Is that who you're talking about? It's some girl's mom in the quest. Some girl's mom in the quest. I'm genuinely trying to think who you're talking about, and I don't know. Like, when you say magic person, I'm thinking like Selin. That's all I remember. Here, let me look it up. Yeah, sounds good. Like, unfortunately, there's a lot of people who use magic. Renala's the only mum, but killing her doesn't require Celestial Dew. Yeah, exactly. And she becomes a no combat zone after the boss fight. So it's not as if you can kill her a second time. Technically, lore-wise, you actually never killed Renala. The second phase of Renala's fight is actually a illusion made by Ronnie. So, you know, that's a thing. Magic person or Radon. I don't know. I do not know. Pretty sure it's Ronnie's mom. Ronnie's mom is Renala, so you can beat Renala and gain her remembrance, but she comes back as an NPC who allows you to respec your stats. So it wouldn't be Renala. I can promise you that. Lackey, be nice. That was rude. Let's make sure we have this. Let me go in game. Yeah. Because, yeah, even if you were to kill Renala, it doesn't affect Ronnie's questline. Because, like I said, you actually don't kill Renala. You just kill, beat an illusion. And then for Radahn, you don't have to actually start Ronnie's questline if you activate a Site of Grace in the Altus Plateau. You will also activate the Waygate in front of Redmane Castle, allowing you to go into the castle and fight Radahn, which is what we do in this run, actually. Because we do not start Ronnie's questline before the festival begins. In fact, we didn't even talk to Ronnie. Alright. Well, we got the staff. We got the rock sling. So let's go back to Dragon Bottle West. Let's go and get the Somber Smithing Stone down on the left, and then send ourselves back to the round table. Now, this time I am going to remember to equip my meteor staff rather than using the freaking astrologer. I still can't believe how much using the meteorite staff buffs your rock sling. Like, it is night and frickin' day of how good rock sling is with the meteorite staff in comparison to the astrologer. And at the end of the day, it's pure scaling. It's Sorcerer Selen. Oh, you killed Selen. How did you do that? I thought that her room was a non-combat zone. Is it not? Like the one in Limgrave? Hit her in a different location? Ooh. Okay. That makes sense then. Yeah, there's her body and her spirit. And her spirit is a non-combat zone, right? And her body is not. Because that's where you could theoretically kill her prior to Jaren showing up. Okay, that makes a bit of sense. That makes a bit of sense. Because she held prisoner from what I remember, but he accidentally hit her body. Okay. That makes more sense of how you manage that. Otherwise, I would have had zero clue.
To determine if you have.
Yeah, you don't even need to worry about that for Radahn's festival.
Very let my hand.
Though I guess you can progress Ronnie's quest line without Selen, can't you? Because Selvis gives you information, or gives you the letter of introduction for Selen. So actually, you know what? Yeah, I guess you can't progress Ronnie's quest line. Yeah, okay. So that makes sense. And you probably weren't aware that you didn't need to progress the quest line in order to do Radahn. That you could probably just go to a Site of Grace in Altus Plateau and the festival would begin as well. Okay. Now I'm connecting the dots. Now I've connected the dots in this quest line, but I'm doing is Ronnie's quest line. I think you have to talk to Selen at some point, right? I guess you don't have to if you know where to go. I guess that is accurate. Yeah, otherwise, Sellen's required. So that makes a bit of sense. Doctor knows someone who's been positive for a literal year, but I would still take the cake. Jesus. That is rough. I mean, to be fair, I can sympathize due to the fact that I have chronic fatigue syndrome. So I can definitely sympathize in that regard. But mine is very much permanent, though. Yours is not far behind. I think I've been struggling with chronic fatigues for at least 10 years, right? Yeah, because I've had it ever since I've known Frankie, so at least 10 years. Yeah. I need mine not to be permanent. So, the only problem is that apparently what people are calling long COVID could actually be parallel to, if not the same thing as, chronic fatigue, also recognized by the CDC as systemic exertion tolerance disorder, SEID. In which case, yeah, I mean, there is that possibility. To be fair with SEID/CFS, it varies in both severity as well as length of prognosis. Pretty much they told me it could be gone in a week, gone in a month, gone in a year, or never. We'll wait and see. Yeah, it's the realist in me, but honestly, it's something that you seem to be coping with. And honestly, if you're having viral symptoms, i.e. like coughing, sneezing, yada yada, that is COVID and not long COVID, because the SEID-CFS is basically a post-viral malaise that becomes permanent or semi-permanent. Or rather, I guess the right verbiage would be persists past the point of it being normal. So if you have COVID symptoms still, you're good. Well, you're not good, but you know, at least you don't have that. Silver lining, I suppose. I'm having a mixture. I have ridiculous fevers. But yeah, I'm feeling alright. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Like, once again, I don't like having to use this where I am, as far as my diagnosis is concerned, I am high functioning, where there are people with my diagnosis that are permanently bedridden, and for lack of a better term, waste away. I'm thankful that my CFS is not that severe. So, like I said, give and... I just realized I'm an idiot. I didn't reallocate my flasks. I need to take a quick stop at the Church of Plague, because I'm a big old bozo. At least this time I actually have the meteorite staff in hand and not the astrologer, but still. Yeah, I mean, a lot of that could either A, obviously, you know, be COVID symptoms, or B, you know, you could be at the post-viral part. Biggest thing, as long as you're managing the symptoms, that's the biggest thing with anything in life, is are you able to live a quality life? If you're able to do so, then that's mainly what the medical industry and field is meant to ensure. Make sure you're living the most quality life you can. Easier said than done, but it is accomplishable. The biggest thing I can say as far as managing fatigue is, for lack of a better term, not succumbing to it. Oh, I'm such a freaking idiot. It's literally out of range. You've got to be effing joking me. Why are you all the way back there? I've never seen it before. Do I actually have enough to kill it? You only have a very tired cat on your lap? Oh, that's very cute. I don't think I have enough to kill it. Oh, I didn't freaking... You know what? I'm a very big idiot. Do I get 3 or 4 of this? So it looks like I might actually need that 5th flask. Bro, I don't think I need it necessarily. I think I also messed up by not upgrading my flasks for the sacred tier. So I think I was getting 1 less than I normally do. What type of surgery, Kieran? Was it spade? Spade and neutered, or... Flasks. Let's see if that will solve my issues. That, and also I did drink a flask. I only had 3 instead of 4. I think the 4th one would have sealed it. Spade? Okay. That's not too bad. Obviously, keep an eye. But otherwise, should be good. Though it is an invasive surgery for cats, it's pretty routine. They thankfully have that science down pretty well. Okay, well, I don't get the benefit of the gold pickled foulfoot here. Though realistically speaking, the difference of a few thousand runes is pretty inconsequential in the grand scheme of things. I was about to say, I absolutely aggro the freaking giant. I knew it as soon as I was over there. Thankfully, can't reach. Though, because she climbed on a carrier slowly and then to lay on the bed of my feet. Oh, very cute. Well, hopefully she makes a hasty recovery. I don't know what the Death Viper's doing, but I ain't gonna complain. Do I only need 3 or do I need the 4? Okay, so I do need the 4. So in essence, having a 5th is not a bad idea, especially if any of my hits like they did there. I have 1 spare head available. So like the 5th flask is not a bad idea, so I don't have to reset this. Alright, let's go to out. Ag heal. Nope. Why'd I go Lake? No. Lake North is right. Lake North is right. I saw Ag heal. I'm like, no, I don't want to go back to the Crystal Cave. Alright. I always love seeing the Shadow the Giant fall as it drops down. Like, the attention to detail that it did at this game is amazing. I really do love it. That's number 5. And I guess, yeah, that's number 5. We don't get 6 yet. You know what? Maybe it is smart to go here. Does this mean that we do avoid scenarios where we have to sit at a site of grace? Obviously, I messed up by A, not allocating my flasks prior to gray roll, but B, and B, not increasing the amount of FP regained. And then C, also taking a sip prior to the boss fights, only had 4. So there might be an argument to be made that I come here so we have that 5th flask. That gives us 6 full FP bars for the Deathrite Bird. And just avoids a situation to where we end up not having enough. Though it costs us a bit of time early in the run, it might be beneficial nonetheless, so we don't have to repeat the fight if we get it down to almost dead and then don't have enough. Some food for thought, I suppose. Some food for thought. I love how the wolves howling when they see you is the equivalent of the bannermen in the camp prior tooting their horns to get the camp's attention. That's basically all it is. It's a little bit cute detail. Are we still gonna have enough time to get to the Deathrite Bird before it's morning? Might not. I might have to sit at the site of grace. Reset it. That's a pain. Be close. Probably better to play it safe than sorry and just reset the time. Don't wanna, but I'm gonna. Yeah, it's really close to morning. There, and you are faced off to the left, so you should be good to pass on your right. Alright, in the clear once again. Let's go talk to Raya. Kill the Deathrite Bird for the red feathered talisman.
Hello. Hello, it's rather my mistress. Could I ask you that thug only if you've... Oh, what a blessed thug should please. Please stop, brave tarnished.
Oh, I must have accidentally freaking jump kicked her. I hate when that happens. Like, I'm not trying to hurt you, I promise. At least since they knew that was going to be an issue, they do have that, like, barrier where you can't, like, accidentally injure them. Just gonna wait until you settle. attack. Settles. Let's get the pendant and bring back the Raya.
What are you trying to start? Show me, and I'll consider part. I'm not in love.
You're a first.
God dang it. I hate when I activate Torrent just like a millisecond too early and my freaking Tarnish ropes the freaking rear end like, wait, where's my whistle? I don't got no pockets. I do love the fact that because I do not use any armor, it's just like, oh yes, I just hide that like dangling off my freaking trousers.
I see that you have reaped the thorns. Oh, thank you. Did I forget? I seek you a very distant.
Oh, I'd never heard that dialogue before. Where he says, I see that you've reconsidered. I guess that's because, like, when you hurt her and then, like, walk away. I have literally never heard that dialogue before. I guess because normally I just, like, wait for them to freaking chill out. Interesting. Away we go. You know what I like with this entire run? One thing I don't have to fight? A freaking Royal Revenant. It's such a small, little, and stupid thing, but I'm so thankful that we don't have to kill a single Royal Revenant on this run. I think they are arguably one of the most hated enemies in the game. Like, give me Draconic Tree Sentinels, give me Crucible Knights, give me anything but frickin' Royal Revenants. Like, if I have to fight that on a one-on-one fight, no thank you. No thank you. Oh, I just freaking... Oh, I'm so dumb. Hold on. Already here. I just autopiloted to EG for some reason instead of going for the Glintstone key, and I genuinely have no idea why. I was just kind of lost in thought talking about the Royal Revenants and how I did not want to fight them in one of these runs. And here we are. Whoopsie. Oh, might as well pop you. And go back to the gate. Go get the key. Go to main. Go to the Tree avatar. I mean, thankfully, doing things like this out of order is just completely meaningless. It's just a bit of a time waste because normally we'd go to EG once we have Moonveil in hand, so we can upgrade it to +5 and then go directly to Volcano Manor. So we just kind of waste a little bit of time in that regard, but meh. Meh. Trying to open my tea with one hand, not working. The seal on this thing is freaking premium, but at the detriment of I cannot open it with one hand. We'll do it while we're loading to the gate. Once again, I don't think it will matter, but I'm gonna put that out just in case it does. One of these days, they're gonna reprogram that dragon to turn around immediately rather than looking around for you. And we're gonna be very sad. That's all I'm gonna say to that. There are like a lot of small things that the devs could change just to be absolute freaking dicks about it. Like imagine instead of you being able to immediately teleport out from there, the dragon not only turns around, but also you can't teleport. Would be miserable. I'm glad they don't. You can sort of sneak past dragon. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've done it before where literally you get there and then you can call torrent right behind it and it's none the wiser. Like when just sneaking the key, I've never been hit by it. Okay, so we got that now. So let's go to Lakeshore. Let's get daytime. I love how whenever I make it daytime in Lake Lunaria, it's always raining, so I always have to question my sanity and go, I made it daytime, right? Yes, I did. It's just Lake Lunaria. It's always raining in Lake Lunaria. The funny part about that fact is because rain buffs lightning but nerfs fire, theoretically speaking, if you're using the area that is commonly used for duels now, which is the main Rey Lucadia gate. If you're using a fire weapon or something with fire damage, you kind of get nerfed whenever it rains during a duel, which is kind of funny. Or on the flip side, if you're using a lightning aspect weapon, you do get a slight buff. So, little things like that. Wonder what that looks like from a tournament perspective. But, I mean, there's still a lot of balancing that they need to do before, I imagine, Elden Ring tournaments really start up. Scott Jun is making it abundantly clear there are too many ways to get one shot in this game, even with 60 Vig. I have to say, I've been enjoying Scott's content, doing the invasions and the duels. Alright. Let's go past the night. Excuse me. Love watching his invasions as PvP videos. He one-shot people doing 800 damage. The freaking vigor checks. Like, I'll be real, on my main account, which I have done duels with, I run 38 Vig, and the talisman, which increases HP, so it's basically the equivalent of 40. So I can utilize my stats elsewhere. Now, for me, it's a bit of a non-issue, and I think it might just become a part of the fact that I do a lot of these no-hit runs, to where I'm like, oh yeah, I don't mind having 40 Vig, which is still like 1,500 Vigor, mind you, or HP, mind you, versus 1,900 at 60. Like, I don't mind being at 40 Vig, because I can usually either outspace you properly, or just dodge you to the point where it's a non-issue. Oh. But yeah, the people who straight up have like 800 health is kind of funny. be fair, I mean, I, for a very long time on my initial run, didn't upgrade Vigor. Because I was still, like, in the DS1 mindset of no-hit runs, where I was like, I'll just dodge it. I'll just learn the attack patterns and dodge the hits. We'll be fine. We don't need to upgrade Vig. And it did work for a while, and then at some point I'm like, you know what, screw it. We're upgrading Vigor. We're upgrading Vigor now. People that, because you see all those cool weapons like 40 int, 30 faith or whatever. I mean, the biggest thing, you know, this run very much encapsulates the mindset of you technically don't need Vigor to beat the game. However, that does mean you, in some capacity, need to play at a stupidly high level, right? So there's very much a give and take to be had there. Of you theoretically don't need to level up Vigor. However, will it make your life easier as you're learning the attack patterns of bosses? Abso-freaking-lutely, right? Still have to identify, do I have a split lip, or is it a beard hair? Aggro. I need you to walk a little bit that way, please. It's like, no, I don't think I will. Right, now it despawned. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, I need to lock on you. And we just need one hit on it, right? Like, non-issue, one hit, we're good. Cool. Alright, let's go back to Stormhill Shack real quick so we can grab our, actually our second to last golden seed as well as the Stonewards key. You want to know one thing that's surprisingly pretty useless in Elden Ring that hasn't been prior? That is endurance. Like, endurance is actually surprisingly useless. Like, of all the things you really, like, the last thing you should upgrade is probably endurance if you're doing PvE. PvP, different story. You want, like, what? At least 51 poise, so you can take, like, one hit from a light sword. You know, a light sword, short sword, as long as it's not a great sword. Great sword above, you can't take a hit without being poise broken. But you should be able to take one hit at 51 poise, I'm pretty sure it is. Without poise breaking. But yeah, no, it's interesting to me that like endurance very much is, in my opinion, a useless perk, or useless stat in Elden Ring in comparison to previous Soulsborne games. You keep on staying. I love Kieran Piercer. It's so good for invaders who spam roll away over and over. Oh yeah, I mean, Kieran Piercer is great for freaking roll catches. If you can learn how to roll catch, then you're in a decent spot PvP wise, as at least in regards to like foundationals, right?
Value, please. I'm hungry.
22. Hi, friends. Yeah, like Kieran Piercer and the Blade knocks them down on the ground too, which screws them hard. Yeah, I mean you can normally go into like a roll catch into a roll catch at times for sure. Okay, we're gonna set more time. Don't know why I decided I want to level up, but I guess it's worthwhile actually. Get us the 40 before the putrid avatar. Ballista shot, super clear. Alright. Let's grab aggro on you. Right over here, buddy. Come to the person with the torch. And while you are coming over here, what the hell? That was really odd. Thank you. Alright, let's wait for them to reset. Yeah, that was really odd. I don't know how it randomly missed that one shot. But this is why we always have a few spare arrows. Alright. Did not get my mighty shot set up. That was almost bad. Alright, Knight took aggro. Good. Alright, let's get ourselves the Bloody Slash, as well as the Dectus left. Hi, friend. What in the world? Seriously? Huh. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and say the AI got smarter. However, let's try this again. That should kill. Good. Thank you, friend, for being somewhat cooperative. And now let's get the Dectus medallion. Okay, so now we go to Fort Faroth. We got everything we need. Actually, no, I need to go to frickin' I need to go to the round table first. Round table so we can apply Bloody Slash. Actually, you know what? The funny part is we technically don't. We'll still do it here. We do need to do it eventually, but we actually didn't need to do it right then. All right, Fort Faroth. And let's grab that pot. That's set up. And then let us make sure we're as loaded up as possible. No 7, perfect. We also need to allocate our physic. Anything else I need to do here? I don't believe so. Let's toss. Alright, we should be in the clear. It always does freak me out just a little bit of how little health we have left after that initial poison. Will not lie. And we're good. There's Redican Source Seal. Well, I guess we do need the Blaze Slash then, don't we? We're good with this now. We can clear that out. Anything that I'm missing? I don't think so. Let's bleed. Yeah, because when we teleport, it does reset our health. If it didn't, that'd be beautiful. But it does. Well, is primed. Got our talisman on, we got the physic ready, we got our bow ready, we got meteorite staff, we got our flasks ready. Alright, I think we are good then. Last boss before Magmaworm, and then we actually start the run. About like an hour in. An hour in to actually start the run. I wish you could, in theory, cut out like all of this and just have like a save file right before Magmaworm and call it a day. Unfortunately, this is not the case. Looks like it went right initially. Welcome back, and what's the request? Yeah, what's up, Arctic? Right there's the holy Gatling gun. The OTF should unban. What's the argument on that one? I'm curious. I am curious on the thought process. Definitely not that second one. The unban of Vigil, maybe. The brand new parts, definitely not. So what's the reasoning behind Vigil? Like, the broken status effect is kind of a non-issue. Like, it's a minimal effect on DS and is 1 DS. I mean, it doesn't even affect DS, it just affects broken stat. The main thing that Vigil does do, however, and it's not the broken stats effect necessarily that it impacts, though actually against certain builds like Twins, it can be rather impactful. Is probably more actually both exhaustion as well as exposed stats. It was the broken stat, but now it still does counter a lot of strategies like Force Penance Twins, if Legion ever gets played, Legion Pin Legion. I think the biggest thing is that it's like a 1-for-1 counter on killer perks. Like Starstruck, Force Penance, stuff like that. I mean, we still have, not for the people, Make Your Choice, which has seen some play, mainly on demo. The biggest one that we do see play is Force Penance. Oh yeah, I guess Starstruck is. It's mainly Force Penance, and Make Your Choice. Reset? Yeah, so that's my main concern now, is just that it does directly counter specific perks. Yeah, and we do see a lot of Force Penance. And it's on very specific killers, but it also is a specific counter to body blocking. And that's the biggest thing, is that Force Penance is brought on M1 killers that suffer from very aggressive body blocking. And I think if we were to bring Vigil, that could really hurt that strategy to a point where Force Penance no longer becomes viable. And if that's the case, then a lot of those M1 killers who rely on it also become less viable. If you're broken, you have to stay away from Vigil Survivor. They're radioactive. Look, we can't make people agree to not break behavior TOS. What do you think they're going to do with that? Alright, sounds good, Shelby. Hit that. Hit that. And we're good. Okay, time for Route View Balcony. We'll level up once we go past Alexander. So that's what? Yeah, that's actually an hour to the dot. And I guess we did waste some time here and there, but it's an hour to the dot to the first real boss of this run. Everything else is very much cheesed, I guess is the best term. Yeah, I guess all of them we don't actually interact with. But Miyazaki always needs their poison lake, or their status lake in this case. It's a Miyazaki special. It's either poison, or in this case, Miyazaki's new favorite toy, rot. So it's not an option. It's how Miyazaki intended the game to be played. I actually threw a firebomb. Don't see that often. It actually scared me a bit. See, what you need to do is you just need to Bloodhound step through it. That's what I did, and actually it was rather effective. Exit. Trying to think. The amount of use of status effects in this game, there isn't too many. There isn't like too many quote-unquote useless status effects. Sleep is not very well used, except from a player perspective, which I appreciate its existence, especially in relation to this run. I am interested to see if maybe sleep might be more prevalent in the DLC. I'd be very curious about that. Alright, we are primed and ready. I mean, the god skins are mainly what people use it for, absolutely. It's not the only thing that'll work on, but yeah. That's the only thing that people religiously use it for. Other enemies are not immune to sleep, however, they're resistant to it. Back and warm down. Let's go to EG Boy. I mean, to be fair, sleep is mainly supposed to be used on humanoid enemies, more specifically tarnished, as well as animals. Like, you want to know one thing that I have done, was I found a great rune bear in one of like the dungeons, and having the ability to put to sleep the great rune bear and not have to deal with that freaking thing was quite lovely. I used St. Trina's sword for that. It worked out quite well. We're late day. Let's make it daytime. I imagine beastmen and demis. Actually, yeah, I know for a fact that beastmen are. The beastmen of Farazula are affected pretty heavily by sleep as well. So that would be another good example. If you ever get like another big beastman boss, then that might be applicable. But right now, it is really only applicable to the Godskin nobles, I think. I'm trying to think of any other bosses where I would be like, yes, using sleep would be a good idea, but I can't think of any outside of them. At least not at the top of my head. But I remember during the beta or network test, people were sleeping the Beastman of Final Missoula in Limgrave, the test weapons. Gonna get Flame Cleanse Me. I mean, honestly, it's not a bad idea. It's definitely not a bad idea to have. Also, anything that increases resistance will cure temporarily. So that's a thing. But Flame Cleanse Me, or just, like I said, use Bloodhound Step and have flasks on hand usually works pretty well. That would then allow you to, you know, navigate the Lake of Rot pretty seamlessly. And then what you do is, as you're activating, if you're activating the pathways, you just get as far as you can until you run out of flask, and then you teleport back, and then you should be able to just, you know, get from one platform to another a bit more easily. It is a bit rough, because I don't think there's any way to be fully immune or really cure on the fly without the boluses. Which, there's a recipe for them. There is a recipe for them. Let's see if my tea is cool enough. Tis indeed. Hi, Raya.
I knew you. I hereby take my hand. Give me. I will pray.
Alright, cool. Time to get some Smith and Stone 6. Kill the Godskin Noble, and then 7, who may, like Rot, should be tried for war crimes. I mean, like I said, it's a Miyazaki special. They ain't a Souls game without a freaking poison lake or a status lake at the very least.
Perhaps. Will you joyx rise with us? Enter now, you, but the drawing room.
I'm actually trying to think, is there like any poison in Sekiro? I don't think there is in Bloodborne. But I guess there's, you know, not a lake, but there's the winter lantern lights. Yo, what's up, Brian? Thank you much for the lurk. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a great day. I guess in Bloodborne there's like the lanterns, the winter lanterns. In Sekiro though, I'm trying to think. Is there a poison and or rot lake of any kind? Lake of Sleep. Oh god. Have this at the ready. Hi, snake friend. Oh, I just realized. Did we not put the stagger tier on our physic? I don't think we did. I do not think we did. I'll need to make sure I do that later. I need to actually act the next set of grades. Not a big issue here, but I just realized it when the snake did not get staggered as much as I thought it was supposed to. Because if it had, it wouldn't require the 5th one. So I had no reason to freaking sit there. Oh well. It also means, funny enough, that I did the fight without the tier on Magma Worm. I don't think it's necessary, but I did realize that just now. let me make sure we have that. Stone barb. This out as we'll bleed ourselves before the fire monk. There, Summer Spin the Stone 6. Good. And what is the snake? Just need to wait a little bit for it to meander back. And we are good. Bye, snake friend. Alright, let's go over here to make sure we don't disturb the fire monk, because that would be bad. There, we're good. Sip, sip. Switch to the rock sling. And fire monk. Made it across. Hey, there you go. Yeah, it definitely is a tedious journey for sure. I love all the blood stains right before the site of grace at the rot lake. It is a little bit funny to me, I'm not gonna lie. The people who are just within, you know, line of sight of the site of grace, and they die last minute to the rot. It's a bit sad, but also a bit funny. Alright. Prison Town Church, where people have barely got it. I also somehow, I got 15 level 10 gold rune. Yeah, forget where that is located. Alright, we're good there. One sip. We got everything we need, right? We got our... No, we do not have our sleep. Let's action. There. Now we got our sleep. Also, apparently, never popped the 12. I don't need to right now, but does that give me enough for a level? Yeah, it does. Do I need to use it right now? Not really. It's not gonna really mess with anything here. We have extra damage to spare. So let's aim right there. Let's sip. Let's throw. Let's Perfect. We can front stab you here, no problem. Vigil, the broken stats effect will be 56 seconds instead of 80. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say no to unban of Vigil. That would be miserable. Point blank statement there. That would be a no bueno. That's cross 4 survivors. Well, yeah, it's 14 seconds in just one instance. And even if you were, let's say it's a twins match, or let's say it's, I don't know, a freaking Wraith match. Why you would bring Wraith, I don't know. But let's say it's a Wraith match, right? And you bring Force Penance because they're going to be body blocking. And even if the only person body blocking is the person with Vigil, like, that is significant. Yeah. Unfortunately, I just don't think Vigil can be unbanned with the amount that we see Force Penance used. And for good reason. Like, Force Penance isn't just like... What the hell? What was that? I've never seen that do that before. Huh. Okay. Okay. Difference between with and not Vigil is you could heal Savara while your broken goes down and you're ready to heal, and it's basically no time wasted. Yeah. Like I said, that is why we are not going to be unbanned. Also, we did make a fast God skin. Nice, Nake. Down. Hello, blueberry friend. And one more out the north. Alright, cool. The shortcut is open, and we should be ready to go. We're going up. I'm gonna grab one of these. No, it's not even because of Scourge hooks. It is that people were bringing up, specifically TOs, that they've seen an increase in teams having survivors run to a corner and then basically using Sabo to ensure that they couldn't get hooks. It's not saying that we saw in COTF yet, but if people had been seeing it in other leagues, then it was good for us to remove it preemptively before it kind of picked up steam. So, unfortunately. I mean, the same could be said for Breakout, but Breakout you at least risk a hit. So, or is Breakout even allowed? I forget if I banned Breakout already. I know I banned Boilover. Actually, yeah, we banned Breakout is allowed. I think the biggest thing about Breakout is, at least, do we need to ban Breakout? I don't think so, right? I don't think we need to. There's risk involved there, whereas Saboing the hook, there is none. Yeah, I think Sabo is the main offender right now. So I'm gonna say no until proven otherwise. Alright. Exactly. We banned the enabling perk. I don't want to ban every perk affected, just that on which it enables. I'm just gonna wait. So, Moon Veil. And then we just wait for the Albanork to turn around. We bring Breakout and get hit this race before and Spence or anything like that? Exactly. So I'm not too big on banning Breakout right now. Sabo definitely, because it's no risk with a whole lot of reward if you coordinate properly. I would like to. Do I think it's going to happen? Probably not. The thing about Deadman Switch, much to the same degree like Deadlock, it really does affect teams at levels differently, and thankfully with the way that we do groups now, it's a bit of a non-issue. I could see Deadman Switch being unbanned. I just know the main reason why people wanted it banned in the first place was due to, like, regen scenarios, which we do see a lot of on like specific maps. So I'm a little bit skeptical of doing so. Nope. Alright, soft cotton. Oh, you are still alive. Look at you. Alive no more. Nope. No thank you. Being able to block off all gens on main side of Suffo when there can be 5 gen there would be brutal. Yeah, that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, right? What are we doing now? Oh yeah, we're doing patches. But before we do that, we are going back to EG. Of Grim Embrace.
Brave.
Yeah, but for some reason we don't see a lot of Grim Embrace value. And I don't entirely know why. Because like Grim Embrace can be quite impactful. I think the biggest thing is that you have to hook all 4 survivors. But if like you were it's a glass cannon perk, I think is the best way to look at it. It's very glass cannon because you need to get a hook on 4 individual survivors, at which point basically you can camp out second stage. The question is, what could you have had in place of Grim Embrace? And if you had, let's say, another gen regression perk, would you have been able to, you know, give less gens by that point? So definitely very give and take. I think it is very glass cannon, and I think people just have evaluated it and deemed that it is not worth the potential risk, which is fair. Especially if you bring other gen regression perks like Pop, for example. Actually, any gen regression perks, right? Ruin, Pop, Scourge Hook. Because Grim Embrace would make them null and void for that time period. Alright, sounds good. Enjoy your night forts. You don't hook all 4 survivors, normally hook 1, toll them out, hook another, toll them out. Yeah, exactly. Invaded by Nerigis. Goodbye, Nerigis. Yeah, I'm not too worried about Grim Embrace. Pentimento is going to be interesting. I think we might see potential for like Pop, Ruin, Pentimento corrupt potentially. Like even if you were to get that, you know, the 1 Pentimento, you know, that can be pretty significant value. I don't know. I still, right now, I'm against having Pentimento and Noah together. I think that could be very, very swingy.
Well. Thought you'd just help
Oh,
us out,
absolutely.
man's personal
Absolutely.
You scheming little thief! The gods demand. Wait, please!
The gods demand what now, Patches? The gods demand what now, Patches?
What a shit show.
I agree. Alright, let's go back to the round table hold. That is Patches down. Now let's grab one of the literally most broken items in the game, I'd argue. Honestly, Mogget Shackles is just so freaking ridiculous. Alright, Shack. Pentimento plus Noah is just asking for pure pain. It really is. I think that if if you realize there's Pentimento, you shouldn't then have to think, oh god, is there also, you know, Noed? I just don't think it is healthy for the comp scene right now. Maybe in the future, but right now, no. I'm going to veto that. One of those instances of, it's a rule, the rules are the rules because it's the rule. It's because that is the way that I want it to be right now. Do I have anything to really back it up? Not really, no. But I just don't feel like anyone would want to play against Noed and Pentimento in the same build. I mean, like, in a regular playthrough, it's not, like, the most overpowered thing in the world. But, like, man, in playthroughs like this, where you, like, stack buffs, like, buff stacking, imagine if people understood buff stacking, like, at the very beginning of the game. Mogget would have seemed like an absolute joke in comparison to the monstrosity that he was. Shard, or rather Warrior Jar Shard. Slightly worse than Alexander Shard. Use the Chaka right. You put him down, he gets back, I put him down again, and he's dead. Oh yeah, in many instances, yes. Bye, Gasta. Go kick rocks and eat dirt. So, question for you, Kieran. Have you seen people do no-hit runs outside of me? Because I always find it interesting. People are very much, like, dedicated to the Ballista run, which is what I call the main gate, rather than going the secret route that I go. And I don't understand it. I don't understand people doing main gate. There's so much chance for error. Like, even after learning all the spots, the stagger, the people manning the ballistas, there's so much freaking RNG still. I mean, I have no risk of burns. I have no risk of ballistas. Random enemies, like, all enemies are always in front of me and are never a true threat, as long as I don't get wicked greedy. And I think a lot of reason why people didn't go this route initially is because they didn't realize that you could kill Gostok, which disables the upcoming cutscene, right? I think that's also a big part of it. Also, the path I go has the risk of one bird, which if you just have a Mighty Shot bow, then you're golden, right? It's not as if, even if you didn't have the Mighty Shot bow, if you have just the Astrologer's Staff and Glintstone Pebble, it's one bird. Otherwise, we don't interact with any birds. I should do this again. We do need this one more time. Trick him. There we go. Throw your rock. There's your rock. Go to the door and wait. Goodbye. I mean, we also have to trigger that guy, but that's not too hard. Just trigger him, run back, go down the ladder, forces them to chase after you. It's pretty simple. I think the biggest thing is maybe this pathing would be good for only those who have the Astrologer's Staff. Even if it took like 2-3 hits, it still wouldn't be bad. You still would have 7 7 flasks. And it's not like Glintstone Pebble takes that much FP either. I think it's like, all in all, in this pathing, it's like, I don't know, 16 enemies that I kill. 2 of them require the Mighty Bow, Ash of War. Everyone else can be killed by Mighty Bow or the Glintstone Staff. I guess one big thing is ensuring that you one-shot the 2 upcoming enemies. As we found out, if you don't, they do have crossbows that they can use. I think that's like the only main risk to us. But as long as you have, what is it, 18 dexterity, plus Mighty Shot, plus Alexander or the Warrior Jar Shard, it's a non-issue. Some point. Yeah, so 18 dex, which you need anyways to use the flail to kill Greyroll if you aren't locking yourself into a specific weapon or weapon type. Someone threw a pot. There for you. That is indeed. Ew, what's up, Freenix? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully you are doing well. Oh, I already killed Maga. I need to reverse that. Hey, Zero! Been subbed for a whole baby? You have indeed. How have you been, bud? Hopefully well. Very bad. Busy matches are not going good. I'm sorry to hear that, Freenix. Hopefully the matches do get better for you. That is another Pop family massacred. And let's go kill Godric, who should be relatively scripted. And then we go to Radon, our second non-scripted boss. Everyone we fought so far is pretty much 100% scripted. We should be good on Flask, good on Physic, good on Spell. Life is getting back on track. My Pup and Son's finger is healing. I'm happy to hear that things are getting better, and I'm not sure if I've said it before, but yeah, sorry about the passing of your pup, and hopefully your son's finger is healing up nicely. Alright, let's sip. Let's go, and let's go kill Godric. Boy, Godric boy! Do I hit? Do I hit me? Good. I'd have to royally F up here. No worries, take your time. At the end of the day, as always, life comes first. Godric is a silly boy. You are not wrong.
We'll return together to our home, bathed in rays of gold.
No, Godric, you will rot in the dirt alone and unloved. Alright. I mean, honestly, it's not bad on console. It does have a bit of frame drop, at least on my Xbox Series X. Or Xbox One X, not the Series X, actually. But otherwise, I mean, if you want to play on console, I'd say go for it. That's true. I also think it depends on, like, what settings you have it on. I know that like mine just auto-selected, I think, the max settings for the most part because my computer's like, why not? We're fine to play this at max settings and also stream, right? Right? And the answer's yeah. Whenever anyone goes, oh, this game is ugly, I'm like, you must be playing on a potato. I mean, 16 gigs should be fine. As long as you're not like playing on a laptop. All right, sounds good, Zero. Hope you have a great night and hope to talk to you soon, all right? So I'm setting up Jarvis my Iron Man helmet for my cosplay. That's awesome. Looking forward to seeing more about that. Now we need to activate a static race in the Altus Plateau so that we can fight the Star Scourge Radon. And he's the next scripted, or the next unscripted fight until, Godfrey. Yeah, it's Godfrey, and then Morgoth. Yes, I played New Legion. New Ghosty, no. New Legion, yes. I do enjoy myself the New Legion. More specifically, I just think, like, even most of the changes made to Legion's base kit, honestly, could care less for. I think the ability to down after 5th hit or on 5th hit is pretty nice. But in all reality, the major change that I really loved was the fact that add-ons like the Broken Legion pin don't activate until after the mend. Like, you don't realize how significant of a change that is, but it is, like, significantly significant. As far as Ghosty, they could have gone farther. He's more viable. I think base kit, he's still not great. I think with add-ons, he's better. I think they could have done more for him, to be honest, but I'm happy with where he is. He's at least not god-awful. Down in 5th isn't even super strong, but it's improved them so much. Yeah, exactly. It isn't super strong, but like when it happens, it's a very swingy moment, for sure. With sprinkles on them? I can't say I do. I don't think I know what you're talking about. That's the Yujimato's knife last night. Ooh, very nice. Giant should be awake. And there's a Giant's Roar. Very good. Okay, let's level up to 54. And what time is it? Evening. Let's make it daytime. As new legend in Apex? Oh, I do not doubt it. It's probably content creator at the end of the day. It is probably a content creator. I mean, how many kills do you normally get if you win a match? Like, think of it from that perspective, and then take into consideration how long a match normally takes, so on and so forth. I need to... Cotton. The 5th hit in BFF is so good, I wish they would not have nerfed Eerie Pin, but still. I mean, the map-wide tear radius Eerie Pin, meh. At the end of the day, the change there is pretty inconsequential. Because even if you could see where they are map-wide, you still aren't able to reach them 9 times out of 10, so... Yeah, I'd say it's not a nerf. I'd agree. Good. Get the soft cotton at the ready. You get like 7, 10. So let's say 10. How long does a match of Apex Legends take if you win, would you say? because you can actually hide that you have it. That's true. That is true. Yeah, I mean, before it was very obvious and you knew how to work around it. Takes 20 minutes. So in that case, let's say you need 100 matches. So let's say you get 10 kills every match. In other words, 100 matches. That would be, what, 2,000 minutes, let's say? 2,000 minutes to get, yeah, 2,000 minutes to get 1,000 kills. And with that, I mean, that's not horribly unreasonable. That's what? Is it 30 hours? 30? You also did a 24-hour stream? Yeah, no, exactly. So, like, it's around 30 some odd hours. So, yeah, I'd say that's not entirely unreasonable, especially if it's a content creator. So, it makes sense.
Are you the festival? But now.
Okay. Oh, time for us to fight Radon. The second unscripted fight. I mean, he's not entirely unscripted at this point, but still. We're gonna have 1,000 kills in total. Alright. Enjoy the Lurk Zero. Talk to you later, bud. Alright, everything's set. We do. Let's bleed. Said before, I'm sure, but why you switched to Radon fight? Because you can no longer stunlock Rykard. And though I could probably learn how to run him, I have found good success with Rykard with Rocksling. I think there's equal amounts of difficulty between the two. And this I do find a little bit more consistent, especially when it comes to staggering. Because I know that after the 6th Rock Sling, he should be staggered. That I also can use the summons here to draw aggro. Once they get in range. Aggrodrome. Live. Shrink. Down. I got a bit scared there for a second. I thought that I actually had messed that up and that he was about to hit me, and a little bit scared there for a moment, but we got it. We got it. All right, let's crack this. And that should get us to 60 intelligence and 19 dex. You can avoid him doing the entire arrow thing by getting on the torrent going into the back of the arena. I think they fixed that, actually. I'm actually fairly certain that they have. Someone was mentioning it in the no-hit run server that they may have done so. And so that strat has, they didn't? Oh, you did today? Okay. People were saying that it had been. To be fair, though, I'm fine doing that and just going through the paces because that's what I practice at this point, so I'm comfortable with that. So yeah. I'm an idiot. Am I an idiot? Yeah, I am, because I didn't freaking set aside a grace so I could level up. I was like, wait 1 second. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I look down at my runes. Yes. Now we can go. Alright, this is a scripted kill. So next unscripted boss is Godfrey. You know, I actually might now include Fire Giant underneath the list of scripted kills based on how I've practiced him now. I think that I do have a scripted Fire Giant kill with Moonveil, which is nice. Unless he does some BS where his foot's off the ground when he goes in the second phase. Technically, first phase, second part of first phase. But still. Technically, I guess he has 3 phases, doesn't he? Alright, let's be worried these guys, because for some reason they aggro me really quickly. Yep. I think we should be in the clear here. Should be far enough. Whoa! I was wrong! We should be in the clear, it's fine! Everything's fine! Freaking liar. Oh my word, that gave me another heart attack. Can you not do that for 5 seconds? Christ almighty. I also did forget to get the second talisman slot, or the third one rather. So hopefully this is clean. Shoot, it's not. I'm gonna freaking die inside, but I don't want to risk getting hit by the Colossi again. We mainly use the Moonveil. Welcome back, Liquid. God for that noise. But I will, after touching this side of grace, we are going to go back for the third one. My in-game audio is quite loud, by the way. Has it been that way the entire stream? I haven't adjusted anything from normal, so I'm not sure why that would be. Unless... Nope, that's at -15, so I think there's normal. Yeah, I just forgot to mention it. Alright, in that case, let me just bring this down to there. Let me know if that's better. It should be. So, let's get a bit. Levels. Alright, and back to the round table hold we go. Next boss is Godfrey, the first Elden Lord.
Only fine. You have it now to become the phantasm.
Thank you, goodbye. And that is Radkin Source Seal. Alright, time to parkour Lindell. You know what I would not be surprised about, though a little bit disappointed, if they patch out the Lindell skip? I would not be surprised. It's just, it's that one little ledge that gets you there. But I feel like they'd have to, like, iron out a lot of ledges in order to make that fully ineffective. This strategy fully ineffective. But I feel like this ledge to use that east rampart will probably get removed at some point. I'm almost willing to bet. Very similar to the +7 jump. Though I don't know. I mean, there's that pathing in Stormvale Castle, which is very purposeful. And that skips pretty much the entirety of Stormvale. So maybe not. Maybe they won't touch it. Maybe the main reason why they touched the +7 jump was because it circumvented an entire boss fight and 2 Stormward keys, and was the earliest way to get a +10 weapon. So maybe they won't update that ledge there as well. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I would imagine it's not up as high on their priority list as other things. Ooh, all right. Thankfully, we do have spare soft cotton, so that's a non-issue. But still, could have sworn to hit that jump right, but I guess not. And we're clear. We do not need to call the elevator. Literally, that elevator's only existence is to give you a path back up. Otherwise, that, and also I bet you they just couldn't fit in a staircase going down there. Either that, or someone hadn't used up their elevator quota yet. They're like, okay, each level designer is only allowed this many elevators. Be sparing where you put them. The guy's like, oh god, I didn't use my elevator. They're gonna take away my elevator privileges. It doesn't make a lot of sense, yeah. I think that just based on the layout, it was probably an afterthought, and they probably went, well, if you can get down there, how do you get back up? And someone went, well, what if we just put an elevator? And someone else went, that's genius! And that is how that elevator came to be. Honestly, I bet you that's what it was. I bet you that the level was already designed, and in play testing, they determined that that there needed to be a pathway from where the elevator connected. There's a site of grace there. I mean, you shouldn't ever be forced to use a site of grace or to teleport, realistically speaking. So I imagine that's part of the reasoning. Is to ensure that you don't feel like you have to use the site of grace to get back there. Let's get you. Sneak by the concert. Should be in the clear. Alright, let's pop you. Drink you. Switch back to flask. And the biggest thing is here, we just cannot get locked into a corner like we did yesterday during practice. drag him out a little bit. And that is Godfrey down. So, on to the Black Knife Assassin before Morgott. Let's see if we can get the Black Knife down before the Gold Pickled Foulfoot ends. So we can get a few extra runes. At the end of the day, it's pretty non-essential, but it's always nice. It's always nice. Hi, Black Knife. One of these days you're gonna hit me and I'm gonna be sad. I'm hoping today is not that day. Alright. Up. Need you to go to your left a bit. There we go. A little bit more to your... Oh, sorry. My left, your right. Your right, though. There we go. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna run out of F key before I can kill you, though, I think. But, like, this is the pattern that we want to be in. And we still had the Gold Pickle Foulfoot up, so we got some extra runes. Alright, then let's make sure we have this at the ready. And let's level up. Level 25 in Dex. Alright. Lead. Moonveil two-handed and ready to go. Let us crack. Let us sip, prep, and go. Got down. Next boss on the docket is the Fire Giant. And so I'm gonna say, realistically speaking, our next non-scripted boss is Malekith. Technically, I would say that Malekith is scripted. Their first phase less so than their second, but I would say probably Malekith
Allow me
and
who are
Gideon.
only prevented by the thorns, a husk of the only way, and become my purpose. So I'd like to the flame then and guide.
Let's pass time till morn, because there's a Night Cavalry in the way. Otherwise, let's level up and push to 32. Okay. Let's go to these Capital Ramparts again. We are officially halfway through the run. A few. I need some of that. here. And let's open. Time to throw rocks at demi-humans. But did you actually see the item? Oh, you guys over there smashing the body to bits. I will sip here to play it safe. We go to this pillar. Throw 2 at you. Oh no. Oh no. The frickin' red main misbegotten actually got aggro there. You do not understand how effing scary that is. Okay then. We are just going to sneak right on by. The red main misbegotten would frickin' F my life up. No, thank you. No, thank you. I am good. Alright then. On that note, up we go. Dispatch of these knights, and then we are at the mountaintop of giants. That was a bit more scary than I liked. Okay, you targeted. Right. Alright, that is all the knights down and dusted. We are now on our way to the mountaintop of giants. As long as we follow our scripted path for Fire Giant and they don't have their foot raised above where I can hit them, then we should be fine with Fire Giant. They are scripted for all intent and purpose at this point. Trying to think. Yeah, the next real worrisome part I'm gonna say is probably Famazula with the Beastmen right before Malekith. I guess there is a section right before Duo as well, but less so. right. The next thing we need to worry about is the Gargoyle coming up. It is rare, but it can use its long-range ability. Taking the pathway on the left side of the stairs seems to make it less likely, but nonetheless. We're just going to spam sprint. It did one of its attacks. One of its charged attacks. That is actually terrifying. I think if it was on the knife rather than, what is it? Or the sword rather than the axe, I think that actually could have hit us. I'm glad it didn't. I'm glad it didn't. Alright, there is one Warhawk I would like to kill on this path up here that sometimes narrowly hits us. Like, it hasn't yet happened. I just want to make sure that it doesn't. Sneak on your right side. And then book it. Okay. We're in the clear there. Next thing upcoming is the scripted Colossus bow, which does not aggro, but we see that it's now ready. We should be good if we follow the path. Good. And just charge forward. Now we are officially aggroed. Clear there. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We don't have to do this, but I prefer to wait out the third one. Thank you for the reminder to hydrate liquid. We'll do that right before the fire giant. Okay. Recover our stamina. Try not to aggro the giant or the demi-human, shall we? The demi-humans are very much a non-issue, to be fair, as long as it's not misbegotten. The misbegotten are, I think, the only ones that have the ability to shoot a bow and arrow, where just the regular demi-humans, I don't think they do. Alright. Jellyfish, need to make sure that you are not red upon passing. You're not. Let's go straight shot to the church, right in between those trees. Here's the frost dragon. Alright, we're good. Let's go up to the Spirit Spring here. And now it's a straight shot to the Fire Giant. Lord Contenders, Evergold. All we need to do here is follow the main path. No aggros, we're clear there. All right. As long as we don't aggro the birds, we should be fine. Keep it to the left. All right, hand is aggroed, but we're good. Very much aggroed on us, and I don't know what it is. That's a little bit scary. Okay, we're in the clear again. We are in the clear. There's the Fire Giant's entrance. And we are going to set up this Site of Grace in case we need to bone out. We shouldn't have to, mind you. Keywords being shouldn't. Alright. Sure we can't level up any further. We cannot. Let's bleed. Be hot swapping. Alright, on the torrent we go. And let's do it. I don't know why it wasn't progressing to second stage. I genuinely have no clue. Alright, we'll take it slow here. We don't have the kill. Behind it. Wait giant town. That was a bit scary at some points. I am not even gonna lie. There were a few moments where I was thinking it was over. That was a bit dicey on a few occasions, but we stayed calm, we were patient, we didn't go in for unnecessary hits. Good to go. On to Godskin Duo and Farmazulo. I'm just gonna make sure I don't fall off because I've jumped up here and almost fallen off of torrent. As I say, I almost fall off with not torrent. But just dotted my I's, cross my T's, that's all. There might be a reason why they can't patch out the Pegasus glitch, to be fair. There may be a reason. Let's sit, level up, and head on over to Farmazulo.
I his world and death. Are you to commit? Very let my hand.
Godskin Duo is a scripted fight. We just need to make sure we don't do stupid things, and make sure that when we play it safe and take backstabs when necessary. Otherwise, it should be pretty straightforward. Let's bleed out so we can kill the beastmen. We are going to be hot swapping, so go with that for now. That's a smithing stone, right? Yeah, that's a smithing stone. I want the rune, which I think is here. Not that I need it, but, you know, always nice to have extra runes. Always nice. Yep. You are correct. Now it comes down to the next two sections. Is scripted as long as I don't make really stupid mistakes. Good. Moon's out the ready. Wait for you to get into place. Let's go for the dragon run now. Now we need to set up this site of grace since we're going to just head up a second one immediately after this. We crouch. And we double tap this. We technically could probably just go forward, but it's good to reset here, I think. Okay. Sneak past you, friend. That was almost really bad. I messed up the jump, got clipped on geometry there. I like to just sit aside a grace every so often, just reset the game in your mind. That's fair. That is fair. Okay, pathing matters here. I need to actually reset these guys real quick. Get up. Let's go. I jumped. I pressed A and it just didn't. I don't know if I didn't press it hard enough or what. Oh, that's so effing painful. All right. That's dumb. Like I could, like I sit here and going, I pressed A, and the game's like, but you didn't. I'm like, but I did. All right, we'll just do boss practice now, for frick's sake. For frick's sake. That's so heartbreaking. That's so effing heartbreaking. Like, we dodged the arrow, that was fine. Let's continue to run. Now we're just going to do boss practice now. Like, the pathing shouldn't, keywords, be an issue. It's just such a stupid jump. Like, we were right there, and we died right there. All we need to do is make it right there. So we'll just continue with the boss practice. I might do practice with the pathing to Malekith, though. Since there is one beastman that can give, actually two beastmen that can give me issues, so I'll do that at least. But since we're right there, I'll take the hit there, and then we'll go straight to duo. Actually, I can just run past. We've determined that I need to sneak past the first one. We can run past the second one, no problem. Ugh. That's unfortunate. Okay. Right there. And center. First tile. Two-hand sip. Row. Roll. Switch. Watch the other one. I thought I had the timing for the dodge. That attack, for some reason, always gets me. I wish I could, like, just practice that one hit. If I could practice that one hit, that'd be beautiful. This is, like, the only hit that ever gets me for, Godskin Noble. For that attack, do you think? Maybe. You might be right. Activate you. Either that or just need to run straight back when I see it being primed. I think if I run straight back, it can't hit me. But when I rolled twice there and I mistimed it. Fair, fair. I feel like that's what I do too. We can ignore you. Ignore you. And all right. Middle column. First tile, two-hand sip, throw, and Alright, time for nighty night, friends. Now we can front stab you. Let's backstab you based on your placement next to that. Yeah, it's better than a backstab. Here. I think we can actually kill now. Alright, that's the noble down. Bet the old sword of Night and Flame plus Sweep these guys would be ridiculous. Plus Flame Sweep. Not sure what you're saying. Do I have any runes? Is that enough for a level? It is. Alright, 43. Alright, let's do it. Let's get here. I've determined that killing that guy is worthwhile. This jump always freaks me out, but did it just fine. And we're clear. We take aggro off on the left. Thankfully, he cannot reach me, so we're good there. Sneak past a friend, the Crucible Knight. Oh, old sword of Night and Flame. I got really confused because you said of night as in like Crucible Knight and not night as in go to sleep time. I was like, what? I'm looking back and going, what in the world are you trying to say? But now it makes sense. Now it all comes together. One down. Sip. Interesting. I never realized that if you hit him before, but then jump on the island, that he'll try and kill you. Noted. I will not do that in the future. I was like, you're not disappearing. You're walking directly for me. I may have made a whoopsie. A whoopsie I did make. Okay, let's do this. I mean, it doesn't take much to scare you, Frankie, to be completely fair. Let's get you here. Let's get Glintstone Pebble at the ready for this nuisance. Thankfully, if Glintstone Pebble we've learned, that's a whole lot easier to manage than Rock Sling. It still staggers, and it does the job just right. Alright. One more beast man to deal with. That's a bit of a pain. You just need to dodge one, if not two attacks from this one. We're good. That one genuinely scares me every time I do it, not gonna lie. That's a very real possibility that you would hit me. Alright, we're good. Time for Karonk. Make sure we don't have enough for a level, but before we do that, we actually need to go to E.G. me boy. One last time for the +10 Moonveil Katana. Oh, E.G.
Brave.
Alright. And beside the Great Bridge. Alright, we have everything that we need. Let's lead. Pop the rune, right? Hold on. It was worth a shot. Let's get you. Don't need you anymore. And let's go straight to Meliketh. Also, interesting thing, we do pretty much the same pathing with the exception of Stormville Castle than a lot of people. A lot of people believe that you need to distract this Draconic Tree Sentinel or it will hit you. I have found not the case. It was an actual run, but unfortunately we missed the jump right before we got Skin Noble and we died. So now it's practice since we took one hit prior to the boss fight and one hit during. Was it during? Yeah. might be a 3-hitter for Malakath, unfortunately. We'll find out. Get down.
Destined death. To kill what?
I love those parting lines from Malakath. Witless tarnished. Why do you covet destined death? Like a very satisfying dramatic pause. To kill what? Like, it's just, they do such a good job with the voice acting, with the voice lines, just everything. Freaking beautiful. Alright. Crack Remembrance. Let's take a seat, level up. And then it's time for Gideon. Now, do I have... I do. I was about to be really concerned if I didn't have my my Starlight Shard for Godfrey. How to make PvEers. Also hate Bloodhound Step. Allocate all flats into Mana 1. Equip the Nice if you even go to 80 int. Where am I going? Where the hell am I going? Yeah, that would be pretty miserable. I mean, I know that I use Bloodhound Step on my Hook Claws, but I play aggressively and not defensively. And, like, use that and Stone of Garong. Like, I never understood why people spam it. I have thought about if I do go back to PvP after eventually doing this run, to take off Bloodhound Step on the Hook Claws and put on Quick Step instead. But given the fact that I even attempt to fight people with Foot Claws is a testament to itself. So, you know what? I'll take my advantages where I can. Alright, we do not plan on hot swapping.
I knew you'd come to stand before the Elden Ring, to become Elden Lord. What a sad state of affairs. I commend your spirit, but alas, she'll take the throne. Marika has high hopes for us. I know.
That is Gideon down.
A tarnished cannot become.
Made it spam because distance, yeah.
Not even
I can imagine.
a man cannot.
Can you shut up already? If you're all knowing, you should know by now how freaking annoying you are. God's sake. Though it is actually interesting lore-wise, because Gideon initially was very much vying for you to become the Elden Lord. Or rather, for both of you to cross paths here. At the Erd Tree. However, something in his journey actually made him change his mind, and basically then, you know, came to support the greater will. It's a bit of interesting lore. Over time, I've been picking up more and more lore bits of this game, and as always, it's so deep and intertwined. It's just ridiculously dense. Okay, so time for Godfrey, and then we are at the final two. Ooh, I almost made a whoopsie. I almost brought the Stone Barb Crystal Tier into this fight, which would have been disastrous. Okay, let's do that again, shall we? that would have broken Godfrey's poise prior to us wanting to. Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, I understand that gamer lingo, whatnot, but I would agree with that sentiment. At the end of the day, is it overpowered? Is it annoying? Absolutely. But it is what it is. So unfortunate. It said, so this is the really strange part. It says I can use transient moonlight, does it not? But when I went to prime it, it didn't work. So that's really freaking unfortunate. That's wicked unfortunate. Like I thought I primed it and then it just wasn't there. It just wasn't there. So let's reset Horlu. Because Horlu is resource dependent. I need that shard, so. Is the song lyrics definitely can be translated? I know Latin, but I don't know off the top of my head how to translate that. I'll be real. Rack. Sip. And go. Wow. That's on me. I thought I had the distance necessary for him to only do the slam, and then he chained it while I was sipping in his face going, this is fine, right? It was not fine. Bollocks. We usually do so well in Godfrey too. It's a shame. And right now I have a 4-hit difference between this and a personal best, so. Are also about character lore. That is true. That is true. Why does it feel like my A button has a delay in it right now? It's odd. It's fine now. Seems fine now. Oh, absolutely. It's why I refused to play this game when my controller was randomly disconnecting. I was like, no, I'm just not gonna chance that. No, thank you.
Thy strength
befits a crown.
Once again, you want to know the most satisfying boss kills in the game? Those that end with just a single line. Your strength befits a crown. What will you kill? Like, both Malekith and Horaloo, some of the most satisfying, you know, last remarks. Ronnie's ending? Yeah. I'm somehow off level-wise. Oh, you know what it is? I'm not taking into account for the fact that I have the sword seal on. So it's actually, this is 60. We push 62. There we go. There we go. I was like, I'm confused. Hold on. Okay, time for Radigan and Elden Beast. We technically call the run when we get to Elden Beast, no matter what, even if we do die. At least for practice, just for the sake of our personal best. All right, let's do it. Sorry, I'm gonna have to just do this real quick. Goodbye. You wanna know what I forgot? I forgot the freaking stone barb crystal tier. If I had made it to Elden Beast and didn't have that in hand for when Elden Stars started, I would have cried. I love I just enter the room, Radigan sees me, and I just go, bye-bye, I'll be back. That Unsheath Astral Roar still deals a ton of damage, even though Moondale Projectile. Oh yeah, absolutely. I think it scales with Dex too. So it's a really good Astral Roar. It is a very good Astral Roar. Speaking of, let's do that. Only have those 3 there. Okay, for real this time. For real this time. I thought I had the timing. I very much did not. We just needed 2 more hits for the 4. All right, a 3-hit difference so far. I mean, we're getting better and better. That is for sure. What's faster? Me freaking quitting out the main stage and reloading, or me just leaving real quick? They might be around the same amount of time, to be honest. Alright, go gun. Can be used only on katanas, doesn't really matter. Hits so hard, breaks shield guard in 1 hit. I did not know it broke shield guard. Probably not like the great shields though. Like fingerprint, of course. Oh, so dumb. I thought he was chaining, and then he went into... I needed to just hit him. Literally, that's all I need to do is dodge and then hit him for the poise break, and then we would have been cool. Ugh. Nah, but Brass Shield has 60 stability. Fair. Fair. Radigan, why are you literally the bane of my existence for these runs? I mean, to be fair, Radigan and Elden Beast, so where most runs end. We just really effed up on, where From needs to chill with their katanas. I mean, the katanas are fine. Unsheath is perfectly fine. Even Moonveil now is very much fine. Look at Forthan. Stab. Wait. That. Timing. Jump. Dodge Mega Slam. Good. So it's on my effing compass. Here we go. Not do what I expected, and I'm not a fan of that, actually. Please do ring, please do ring, please do ring, please do ring, please do ring. What are you doing? That is definitely not the ring! The freaking Elden Beast is drunk. Oh, it's doing a ring now, thank God. But, oh, it's bad, actually. No, it's fine. We should be, are we fine? We're probably not fine. Going? Where are you going? You're freaking drunk! The Elden Beast is drunk. I don't even know what that was. That was unbelievable. I've never seen it do that combination of attacks after me doing that. Elden Beast straight up drunk today. On the bright side, though, we did beat our personal best by 2. So we're now down to 6 hits throughout the entire run. One of them not to a boss, one of them to pathing. That was to Godskin Duo on the missed jump. So, and how many of them were at Radigan? Only 2? Yeah, only 2. Only 2 to Radigan today. So that's better. That's better than our previous, what was that, 8? Karma for Moonveil, fine opinion. Oh, but we're getting there. So we'll mark that as our personal best. And reset, and we'll do run number 10 next week. Let me just make sure this is set back there. Cool. Slowly but surely, slowly but surely, we'll get there. We will get there. But with that being said, guys, that there will be the end of tonight's stream. As always, if you guys did enjoy the show, please make sure to hit that follow button. If you haven't already, though, check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help little kids at Sanford Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST for some Dead by Daylight. Bye-bye!